Yes.
Yeah.
Good evening, Rishik. I'm so sorry. Did I pronounce it correctly?
Yeah,
Rishik?
yeah. Yeah. Good evening.
Right. Where are you from, Rishik?
I'm from Chennai.
You're from Chennai. So we are meeting for the first time. Let me introduce myself. My name is Ammu Alice and I hail from Kerala.
Okay.
What is your pet name, Rishik, if you have any?
My pet name is Rishi.
Rishi. Is it okay if I address you by Rishi? I don't want
Yeah.
to mispronounce your name.
Okay, okay.
Rishi. Right. All right. What do you do?
I'm from Chennai. I am in 10th grade. My hobbies are to draw, to watch
Hmm.
TV, to read stories, and
Hmm.
my my favorite sport is skating.
Oh, right. What do you enjoy reading?
I read novels and short stories.
Right. So basically fictions. You enjoy fictions.
Yeah.
Hmm. Right. And which is your favorite subject?
My favorite subject is science.
Oh, oh, is it? I found it quite challenging. All right. Okay. So I can see this is your 20th session. So you're quite comfortable with the platform, right?
Yeah.
So you were telling me you enjoy reading non-fiction.
Yeah.
Right. So did you go through today's session notes?
Yeah. I have gone through it.
Hmm. Bucket list. What is the meaning of bucket list? Why can't it be just a list?
Bucket list uh, is the thing which we want to do before we hit the bucket, like before we die.
Hmm. Before we die? Oh, right. All right. Tell me, what is in your bucket list currently? Something that you wish to aspire to achieve, or you wish to do something?
Travel outside of India, to travel outside
Hmm.
of India,
Hmm.
and
When you say outside of India, have you explored India?
yeah, southern part is mostly done.
Oh,
The northern is yet to be completed by my whole family.
right, right. So whenever you're traveling, you travel as a family.
Yeah,
Oh, that is great. Have you been to Kerala?
Kerala, we've been to few places like Munnar, and yeah, we've been. We have been
Hmm.
to Kerala.
Right. Maybe you can do your higher studies abroad. So that will give you an opportunity for your studies as well as for further exploration.
Yeah,
Right. Have there ever been in the past where you had a list in your bucket, but then you removed it? Because as you're growing up, we change our likes, isn't it? Our likes and dislikes keep changing. Any such
yeah.
situation?
Such situations, I would say that when I was young, I had an ambition to become a scientist, but now I've changed it to be a programmer.
Oh, why the sudden shift, if I may ask?
Sudden shift is that I like to program and I want to create something new which helps everybody.
Oh, right. So, all right. So a scientist also can do that, isn't it? So how different is it for a programmer?
Yeah, but scientists, they deal, I think, according to me, they deal with chemicals and invent new stuff. But regarding programming, they type lines of codes and something useful apps,
Hmm.
emergency apps, like something like that.
All right. Maybe in a couple of years, by the time you really reach a particular age, your aspirations might again change, isn't it? Hmm.
Yeah,
As a child, I never wanted to be anything. Even now, I'm not really sure what I actually am aspiring to become. I'm still a confused
oh,
person. Right. Yes. All right. Now, coming back to the topic, tell me what you told me you're intending to be a programmer, and what are you how are you planning to achieve that?
I'm planning on taking few courses related to programming, like
Hmm.
learning Python and
Hmm.
a few other coding languages. I have learned a bit basic things about Python and I have built few apps and games. So
Hmm.
I have the gist of it.
Right. Some basic ideas there.
Yeah.
Correct. All right. I recently saw an advertisement, I think on Indeed or Naukri, that they require coders for teaching kindergarten students. So the
Oh,
society is actually planning to these coding programs for kindergarten students. What is your take on that? Children learning at a very young age. Kindergarten is too young, isn't it?
yeah.
What do you think?
I think it's a bit impractical, but it depends on the parents if they want to teach this ward, and it also depends on the capability of the ward. But I think it is impractical since
Mm.
they can't remember the codes and they can't type as fast. Yeah,
Mm. Maybe what they intend to do is they are tending to subconsciously program the mind of the student. Sometimes it happens, right? We were taught nursery rhymes by constant repetition. So by the time we reached first standard, we were very clear with some basics of English, isn't it? I thought maybe that
yeah.
could be the reason. I'm not really sure. Mm.
But if the child wants to become something other than programmer in the future, it is quite unnecessary for them because they don't want to be a programmer in the future. So that
Mm.
there's that issue also.
Right. Am I audible?
Yeah, yeah,
I am.
yeah. You are.
Right. So I used to think that, right. I used to think that chemistry is quite irrelevant for me because I have no plans of pursuing anything related to chemistry. But then the basic understanding of every subject is required as per the Indian education system. So I thought
Yeah,
maybe in that context, maybe some basic understanding of coding so that the child understands, is this my cup of tea? That was how I understood that. But I just wanted to know what is your opinion. So you think it is not practical,
yeah.
correct? Yeah. Got it. Okay. Now let's look at a word, scribble. What could be the meaning of scribble?
Scribbling
Hmm.
to
Let's say,
just
hmm.
to do scribbling. No, 1 minute.
I'll give you a sentence. It will be much easier to understand with the sentence. Stop scribbling on my notebook. Stop scribbling on my notebook.
So writing or drawing something unwanted,
Correct. Something carelessly, isn't it?
careless.
Some people
Yeah.
have a yes. So coming back to that, you told me you sketch. What do you sketch?
Portraits and few landscapes,
Hmm.
but majority of my drawings are related to portraits. So
Hmm. Right.
that's all.
So you look at a particular picture, you focus on
Yeah,
that picture, and you're able to recreate it exactly as it is.
not 100%, but
But at least, yes,
yeah, at least
almost,
near.
definitely more than 60.
Yeah,
Right. What is a methodology for that? I can't even draw a proper small little flower, and you're doing sketching.
for, for basics, for beginners, we have to
Focus.
divide the image into their basic shapes. So if we have a face, the for the nose, triangle, lips, something like a hexagon or something, and eyes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hexagon again, and for the face, oval.
Hmm.
Just the basic shapes is first.
Hmm.
After that, we can give detailings and yeah, pretty much.
Hmm. But the detailing part is much more difficult or challenging, isn't
Yeah,
it? The
yeah,
precision is required there.
yeah,
Right. Yes. So being a person who's interested or creative in this manner, when you look at a person or when you look at a person's features, does something trigger in you saying that, okay, this is like something great to sketch. This particular feature is mesmerizing, something like that. Do you think in that those aspects?
yeah. If I see a picture, some picture of a person,
Mm,
the first thing for me is that if they have a sharp nose, I am interested
mm,
in doing sharp noses.
mm,
So when I see something like that, I draw it,
mm.
and yeah,
When you say sharp nose, you mean Caucasian type nose? Caucasians,
yeah,
they have sharp nose, isn't it? And
yeah,
pointed nose.
yeah.
Oh, right, right. I think that is easy to draw, or is it difficult?
I just think it is peculiar. Unique.
Uh,
For me,
unique.
it's a bit round,
Hmm.
fully curved. So I think it's a bit unique.
Right. Do you have any of your sketches next to you in your notebook or somewhere? Anything? Nothing.
No, not near me. They are in
All right.
another room.
Oh, all right. Not a problem. All right. Okay. So I can see that you're fluent in the language, Rishi, and that you're able to articulate yourself well. I have asked you a lot of spontaneous questions and you've responded quite well. I was able to understand. So what brings you here? How best can I help you?
I want to improve my speaking skills
Hmm.
more fluently, and
Hmm.
I want to improve my vocabulary skills.
Right, right. What about body language?
Yeah, body language is also something which I want to improve.
Right, right, right. Okay, okay. So tell me, have you ever done a public speaking at school or done participated in any competition?
Yeah, I have given few speeches
Hmm.
at my school. Yeah.
Hmm. You have. So let's say there is a stage. Do you normally utilize the stage, or you stand in one particular position and then present your data, or whatever presentation you're doing? Just recollect and tell me how has it been in the past?
I usually stand at a place and in upright position,
Right,
attention,
right,
and I deliver my speech.
right. With not a single smile on your face. Am I right?
Yeah.
Mm. Right, right, right. So then, I think that is one area maybe you can work on. You don't have much problem with the language, but yes, in today's world, everybody is looking for business English or polished English or stylish English. The way you
Okay.
say the language is equally important in today's world.
Okay.
Not really important when you're talking to your family members or friends, but once you move out of your family circle, the way you interact with your boss, the way you interact with your colleagues creates a lasting impression. So maybe we
Okay.
can work on your body language. Whenever
Okay.
you're having, like next time when you're presenting in front of an audience, make sure you use the stage. Only if
Okay.
you're confident. If you're nervous and if you're not very sure about the content, don't do that. Then at
Okay.
times give eye contact. Have a look at the audience. These are small little things that you can take care of. Initially, it
Okay.
will be challenging. Later, you will find it's quite easy. I'll tell you one example of Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs, whenever he's presenting something, he ensures that he uses the full stage, but he also ensures that whatever is being presented behind him, the slides are not covered by his shadow. So that are small detailing that public speakers do take into account. All right. How can we build vocabulary, Rishi? Let's try some words.
Yeah.
Let's say I'm asking you, um, how's your day going on? Or let's say I'm asking you, how are you feeling today? Tell me your feeling in a sentence.
I'm feeling exhausted.
Is it? You're seriously feeling exhausted?
Yeah.
Oh,
I went to school and I did a pretty much of a hard job. Yeah, so I
huh.
feel exhausted.
What sort of hard job did you do at school?
We had rehearsals for the annual day,
Hmm.
and teachers told me to bring stuff. So I did that.
Oh, you mean they asked you to carry things from one place to another? You had to carry things? Oh, right, right. Oh, all right. So good. You used the correct word. Instead of saying tired, you replaced it by exhausted. Correct. So that you're on the right track. So synonyms is something I think you're familiar with the term, isn't it? Synonyms. So instead of using very basic terms like happy, we can replace it with a better choice of words. So I think
Okay.
you're already familiar with that. Maybe we can look into okay. Some synonyms for sad. Let's say you're looking very dull and gloomy. So your mother was asking you, what happened? What are you feeling? So how will you say instead of sad? I'm feeling
Hmm. Gloomy.
gloomy, dull. I already told you that. Maybe let's say maybe if you're feeling dejected, I'm feeling. You can say me. I'm feeling demotivated. I'm feeling very
Yeah.
low. I'm feeling very depressed. Very simple words. I'm astonished. I'm astonished at the way you're speaking. So I know
Okay.
I'm just no, 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 no. I'm just telling you the word with emotion.
Okay.
So instead of saying surprised, shocked, you can say mesmerized, astonished. I think that will be more than enough for you at this age. Gradually, as you progress, your audience will also slightly change. Then you will automatically learn which word to use in which context.
Okay.
Right? You don't talk much?
No.
Hmm. No, then it will be very difficult for better connection between people. See, language is used as a medium of communication, but when you really enter into the world, what maybe professional world, what matters is not language. It's whether you're able to connect with another person, be it your
Oh,
colleague, be it your boss, be it your client. You should be able to connect, and for that connection, you're going to use language. So let's start now. Initiate some pleasantries or ask me some questions. Let's make it into a conversation rather than me asking you a lot of questions. Hmm. Right. If you're comfortable,
oh yeah, yeah.
right, try. Any question?
How
I'm
is
from
the
Kerala.
weather at Kerala?
Oh, the weather is now it's 25 degrees Celsius. It's a bit pretty hot city. I'm from Calicut in Kerala. So Munnar is a place, the place which you visited. It's actually kind of chilly throughout the year.
Yeah.
It's a chilly place, but Calicut, it's near to the coastal line, so it's completely
Okay.
humid in climate, humidity.
Coastal area, so the area must have beaches and rivers.
Yes, a beach is just 1 kilometer away from my house.
Oh, it's
I
very
just
near.
have, yes, it's very close by. Right.
Okay.
What about you? Where do you stay in Bangalore?
Chennai.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Where do you stay in Chennai?
In Chennai, the place is called Madipakam,
Hmm.
and it's pretty hot throughout the year. And in summer seasons, it's very hot.
Hmm.
And yeah, that's all. Okay, I have heard many things about the backwaters in Kerala. Have you visited any?
Yes, Alapi. Alapi is quite famous, and Kollam.
Okay.
These are two places, backwaters. You'll find lovely houseboats. Although although it's quite expensive these days because it's a peak season now.
Yeah,
There are a
okay.
lot of tourists arriving for this purpose. You can try it with your family. Your family would really enjoy it. I can see houseboats are normally preferred by families. It's an
Yeah,
experience. You can try that. Hmm.
okay.
Let's correct one sentence. Could you please open the chat box?
Yeah, in summer seasons,
In
it
summer
is,
seasons it is very hot. USA
yeah,
talking about, yeah, so summer is a period of time, so it is during.
yeah,
Whenever you're talking about summer, winter, teenage days, childhood days, it's all during a span of time. Hmm,
okay.
right, right. So I here and there minor preposition errors were noted, but that is just careless mistake. That's why I did not write down the sentence to show it to you. We can easily make out whether it's careless mistake or it's an obvious mistake. All right.
Yeah, okay.
All right. So I'm glad that you initiated the conversation. Now, tell me some of your experiences with your previous tutors. How does the session normally go? You wait for the tutor to keep on asking you questions and then you answer?
It's not usually like that,
Hmm.
but we converse a lot.
Hmm. Is it? About
Yeah,
what?
half of the
What is
session
your?
is
Hmm.
half of the session is regarding the topic of the day, and other half or a bit of the session is about their hometown or something like that.
Hmm. Right, right. All right. So let's look at some vocabulary related to the topic. Is that comfortable?
Yeah,
All right. Let's look at some vocabulary. So did you go through the vocabulary list, by the way?
yeah, I have gone through it.
Yes, the word is this, feasible. Feasible meaning able to be made, done, or achieved. Would you like to frame a sentence?
Mm,
It is a
I
feasible
think
option.
his ambition is a feasible one.
Absolutely, that is correct. This ambition is a feasible one. Right, correct. All right. Now, next one, aggregate. What's the meaning of aggregate? I think you'll be familiar. Sciences and the science background. Hmm.
Aggregate.
Cumulative, accumulate, gather, aggregate. We also say
Okay.
aggregate frequency. I think you'll be learning about all. Aggregate basically means to accumulate, to gather.
Okay.
Hmm. Stationary.
to remain unchanged.
Correct. There is another word called stationery with a different spelling, stationery items,
Yeah.
isn't it? So two words with the same pronunciation but difference in spelling and difference in meaning. What happened? Did you say something? I'm not able to hear you.
Yeah. For me, there is also network issues. Yeah.
Not a problem. That is okay. I think you're audible now. That is okay. We'll
Okay.
proceed. Now, what's the meaning of this? I normally pen down my thoughts. I normally pen down my thoughts. What's the meaning of this?
Pen down. Write down my thoughts.
Yes. So instead of saying write down, native English speakers use these forms.
Okay.
Hmm.